So this is a Lunar Quasar 656. It's going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll take you through these in person here on site. In the front locker you've got your 2 gas bottle tie downs, and up on the bulkhead you've got your gas regulator. We do have the gas pipe available here on site should you need it. Gas bottles you can carry a maximum of 2 6kg propane gas bottles at any point. On the side of the caravan you've got your wind down legs, which is just there for stabilising the van. You'd never lift the caravan with these, it could potentially damage the floor of the caravan. And you've got 4 of these, one on each corner, one on each side at the front in a similar position, and then you've got 2 at the rear, which I'll point out to you as we go around the van. Then you've got your Truma heating and hot water flue. This is very essentially there to do the same job as the flue on the side of your house, no difference at all there. Don't ever cover it up and always leave it open. Water pump connection, very simple to use. Blue trigger on the back. Pull the blue trigger and pull the pump away from the caravan, and the same to fit it into the side of the van. Push it in and then use the blue trigger to lock it in place. The pump itself will drop down inside the ack roll. The filter for the caravan is just inside here. Then you've got a dog shower attachment on the side also. Battery box and mains power lead. Mains power lead connects to the power on site, and then your battery box, you have your battery terminals in there. It's 12mm nut on the connections for the battery itself. The wheel nuts will torque while you're here on site, so you can see they're being tightened correctly, and we'll do them to the correct manufacturer settings as the logbook or the handbook for the caravan says. On the side of the caravan you've got your 2 grey waste pipes, so the fresh water goes in the front of the caravan, then comes back out down the side here. You'll have 2 bits of grey pipe that go into these larger diameter holes here, and they'll drop down inside the waste master itself, which will normally just sit down here on the floor next to the caravan. Toilet flush tank on the side of the van. Open it up with the key and you'll be able to put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use for the toilet flush system. Then in the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette, which you release by pulling up the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out so you can tip the waste away, and the grey cap is a measure for the pink and the blue fluid. On the back of the cassette you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you are tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. You push that button in as you're tipping it away, as I said, and like I said, it'll just stop it from gurgling and spitting back. Before you use the cassette you'll need to put 1 litre of water in here and a cap full of the blue fluid. On the rear of the caravan on either side you'll find that you've got the 2 wind down legs to stabilise the caravan. We haven't put them down for the purpose of handover, it's a twin axle, but 1 on either side, 1 just here and then 1 just here. Use the nut on the end to put the bar onto so you can wind the legs up and down. You then got a storage locker for underneath the bunks at the rear of the caravan, and you can access them from the inside also by lifting up the mattress and then the tray or the wooden slats that are underneath them. You've then got your fridge vents on this side of the caravan, and the fridge vents are very simple there to allow hot air at the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in. And then you've got a gas flue on the top right hand side. Storage locker underneath the front seating area is a wet storage locker, and in there you'll also find a 3-pin plug so you can have power out to your running. You'll open that with the door key, and that's the same as all the lockers on the caravan. The last of your wind down legs on the side here, and then your barbecue gas point at the front, which is very simple to use. Push your gas fitting in and turn the gas supply on. Going to the inside of the caravan now. Above the door you've got your master power switch, you just need to turn the power on. So to turn the power on you'll come to the top left hand of the control panel with the power button, turn the power on. You've then got your internal roof lights on and off, and your awning light for the outside of the caravan. The button on the right hand side here that you see with the step symbols on it is so you can see the battery level on the screen at the bottom here, so it'll illuminate the battery level on board the caravan, and it'll also bring up on the screen here, I know it's a bit hard to see with the light, with the camera, etc., but it'll also bring up how much power is in the leisure battery and whether you've got the vehicle connected to the car or not. On the bottom here you can press and hold here and you'll be able to adjust the time on the control panel at the top. Bottom left hand side here you've got your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a moment. The first thing you're going to need to do is, when you first come into the caravan, is turn on the power above the door and open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. Now when you first turn these taps on you'd have no water in the caravan, as you're going to drain it down after each use so the water system doesn't freeze up over the winter. Once you've got all of I'm just going to do it on the kitchen tap, but you'd open all the taps up as I said. So that's the sink and the shower in the bathroom. We then come underneath the seat on the front and right hand side of the caravan. And below this seat you'll find a yellow valve. Now that yellow valve, before you fill the water system up, needs to be parallel with the floor as it is at the moment. If it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it will drain all of the water out of the caravan onto the floor underneath. Now you will need to do this for winter storage, and after each use of the caravan, we'd advise you to do the same. Even if it's during the summer, we would just advise you to drain it all down and make sure there is no water in the system at all, so it doesn't freeze if it does get very cold over the winter. So like I said, parallel with the floor before filling the water system up. You'll then come to the control panel above the door with all the taps open. You'll press the water pump switch just here on the bottom left hand side, and you'll hear the water system start filling up. Now it will take about 5 or so minutes to fill the water system up completely, and you will need to fill your aqua roll again after, once you have filled the system up, as it will drain a lot of water out of that tank. As you can see now, the water system is running fully on the aqua roll from the outside. So what I can do is at that point is shut all of the taps back off, and then we can start warming the water on board the caravan and operating the heating. So as you come in the door on the left hand side, you'll notice this black control panel that has Truma wrote up on the top right hand side. This is your home screen essentially. You can set the times in here, but it will reset every time you turn the caravan off. The symbol here on the right hand side is letting me know we have mains power coming into the van. We're going to press the middle button at the bottom, or the button that turns it at the bottom, and it will take us into the options for the caravan. Now the first symbol you see flashing here on the left hand side is the room temperature. So we're going to press the central button again, then use the dial at the bottom that you can spin to select the temperature of the caravan, or the temperature you want the caravan to be. So for instance 25 degrees, press the central button again, and that will set your heating for the internal side of the caravan. Once you come back to the flashing icon again, you can spin the dial to the right, and where you see these waves and the thermometer, this is your water temperature. So you'll press the central button, then you can select either Eco, Hot or Boost for the water system. Now Eco is just a temperature where it ticks over around 30 degrees. Hot is 40 to 45 degrees, and Boost is when you're showering on board the caravan. You can select either one of these. If you're showering, obviously you're going to need to have it on Boost, but you can either select the Hot or Eco depending on how warm you want the water to be when the caravan is just sat, or when the caravan is just, or the water system is just ready to use essentially. I'd normally select Hot, but you can obviously make your decision on how you'd like to do that. The next symbol across, again, you'll come back to the home screen, then spin across the symbol on the right hand side. We got the gas bottle and the 2 electric symbols. You'll press the central button, and this is where you'll select the power source you want to use for heating the hot water and warming the caravan. So essentially you've got gas on its own. You'd hit the button in the center if you're on gas with the gas bottle turned on, and it will allow the water system to warm up on the gas. Mix 1 is a combination of gas and electric at the same time, which will be 1000 watts of power. Mix 2 is 2000 watts of power and gas at the same time. Electric 1 is 1000 watts of power on its own coming into the caravan. Let me go back to that, sorry. And electric 2 is 2000 watts of power on its own. Now you heard me talking about mixes there. So the mix is a combination of gas and electric at the same time. And the 1 means 1000 watts of power coming into the caravan. The way you'd know how much power is coming into the caravan is by asking your holiday destination site office when you arrive there. The next symbol at the end here, where you see the fan, is the blown air heating. So you've got either Eco, High, or Eco or High on this particular caravan, and you'd select how fast you want the fans to blow, a bit like you would in your car. So for instance Eco. That's just going to tick over and just blow warm air around the caravan, so it keeps the air at a steady temperature and keeps the inside of the caravan warm. Down the bottom of this control panel here, on the bottom left hand side, you can set timers for your heating and hot water. You can set the clock here for the control panel, and on the right hand side you have some advanced settings, and for those we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan, as it probably take me around 2 to 3 hours to explain them in a video. So that is your heating and hot water. Whenever you're done with the caravan, you'd simply press and hold the central button before you turn the main control panel off. And it'll actually turn this control panel off completely before you put the caravan into storage. To turn it back on, you very simply just press the central button and it would come back on. Hob, grill and oven, all very simple to use, very much like your household appliances. The 240 electric ring on the back here will only work when you've got mains power connected to the caravan. It will not work if you have 12 volt only and you're operating the rest of the caravan on gas. It does need a mains power source connected to the caravan. That's the same with the microwave, and the microwave is an eco microwave, so you need to press the eco button to get the microwave to wake back up before you use it. The fridge is very simple to use. You've got power on and off on the left hand side top here, so you press the power button to turn it on. The plug symbol means mains power operation, and you can control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side with the thermometer on it. Gas symbol here, again, is very simple. To get the gas system to ignite, you'd make sure the gas bottle's turned on in the front locker. Press the gas symbol and it will self-ignite. If it ignites on gas, this blue light will stay solid. If it fails to ignite, it'll actually flash the blue light and it'll bring up the red warning triangle on the right hand side, and that is just to indicate it has failed to ignite on gas. Again, you can control the fridge temperature on the button on the right hand side here. 12 volt mode is for when you're towing down the road. Now a lot of people think when they're new to caravan it is the 12 volt supply from the caravan. It isn't. It is actually the 12 volt supply from the back of the car that you are towing with. Essentially, so you'd have, once you got the car connected at the front there, you'd be able to run the 12 volt from the car's alternator to the caravan. You don't need to have the control panel turned on inside the door for that to operate. You very simply need to come inside the caravan, turn the control panel, or have the control panel off above the door, turn the fridge on and select the 12 volt mode, and what that essentially does is chill the fridge like a cool box would, or operate like a cool box, sorry. The temperature control will not work at that point, and when it's flashing as it is now, it just simply means there's no 12 volt supply to the caravan from the car. The last thing we're going to go through is the toilet system in the bathroom. Now I showed you how to fill it on the outside. We're just going to come into the bathroom. The toilet has an electric flush on top with the blue button, so you press the blue button to flush. The red indicator light here on the left hand side is to let you know when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, and below the toilet you have your grey toilet waste flap. You need to have that open for the toilet waste to go into the cassette underneath the van. You also need to make sure that is completely closed when you try to remove the cassette from under the van, as if it is open it will lock the cassette in place so it can't be removed while the toilet is being used. And that is also the same for the toilet seat itself. If the toilet seat is pointing straight across the caravan or in line with the back of it, you'll be able to remove the cassette. But if you have turned it for convenience, then you'll have to turn it back to the central position to remove that cassette. So that is the Lunar Quasar 656. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect your caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.